chapter today. This is called Devahuti's Lamentations from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Part 2 and Chapter 23. A small background story of what has happened so far. Kardama Muni had prayed to the Lord that he needed a wife so that he can be creating an entire range of, people. That means the race, the different races. And after that he has got the opportunity to meet Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu is the king of this world. So he has also been told that you offer your daughter in marriage to Kardama Muni. And Kardama Muni in turn welcomes him and accepts his daughter Devahuti in marriage. Now remember, it was mentioned that Kardama Muni is the one who is the precursor, the first person, the progenitor of the different races that are going to come in this world. This is what we have to know. So now this chapter is about Devahuti's character and what happens to her. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam. This is Canto 3, Part 2. This is Chapter 23, Devahuti's Lamentations. Maitreya continued. After the departure of her parents, the chaste woman Devahuti, who could understand the desires of her husband, served him constantly with great love as Bhavani, the wife of Lord Shiva, serves her husband. Verse 2, O Vidura, Devahuti served her husband with intimacy and great respect, with control of senses, with love and with sweet words. Working sanely and diligently, she pleased her very powerful husband, giving up lust, pride, envy, greed, sinful activities and vanity. The daughter of Manu, who was fully devoted to her husband, looked upon him as greater even than Providence. Thus she expected great blessings from him. Having served him for a long time, she grew weak and emaciated due to her religious observances. Seeing her condition, Kardama, the foremost of celestial sages, was overcome with compassion and spoke to her in a voice choked with great love. Now we are looking at Devahuti, who has got married to Kardama Muni. Now remember, she is the daughter of Swayambhu Manu. Now in marriage, she has come down in hierarchy from being a princess of the world. Remember, she has two brothers who were the prince, Uttanpada and now she has to come down from being a princess to living in a Gurukul or an ashram, where the basic necessities are also not there. There she was traveling by fancy airplanes, having hundreds and thousands of servants, living a life of luxury, and then coming down from that to the level of a person living in a Gurukul or an ashram. It's a very big come down. And naturally, in the initial stages, the lady is accepting it because she wants to prove to Kardama Muni that she is really very much with her husband. Okay? And that she wants to serve him. What was the reason for that? The reason is very clear. Kardama Muni is the highest of the sages. He has powers beyond anybody concerned. He can create things out of nothing. A fantastic human, literally like a god. Even the gods will bow down to him. she was waiting her time out so that she can get what she wants. And she knew very well that a time will come when her husband will provide her with things. But the ashram life is a very difficult one. You cannot enjoy that life of yours in the sense that material worldly pursuits cannot be followed. I will give you the answer over here to understand. First and foremost, you cannot buy clothes or go and wear clothes which are very, very fancy. Number one, the food is meager, very small amount of food. You have to live in a place where you don't have luxury garments, you don't have luxury beds, and none of those things are available. And there you are supposed to follow the rigors of life. To become a person only involved in ashram work is not so easy. Because the rules are very, very strict. You cannot eat whenever you feel like. You cannot drink whatever you want. You cannot go and buy things that you feel like. There can be no luxuries as such. There is nothing there. It is a hard life where you have to give up all your negative qualities. See, over here he's mentioned it very clearly. She pleased her powerful husband by giving up lust, pride, envy, greed, sinful activities, and vanity. Vanity means what? A woman is normally used to all kinds of paraphernalia, First is the mirror. She has to take care of her looks. She has to tend to her body. She has to take care of her surroundings. She has to wear good clothes. But you will find that Devahuti's clothes were the worst. She had become emaciated. She was not eating because she had to do prolonged upvas. Rishi Munis can stay without eating for many days. You know this, isn't it? Can this person match that kind of a quality? No. A Rishi Muni is literally a guru who can stay even on air if he wants to. He can live for thousands of years if he wishes to, without even moving from his place. Somebody new who has come is trying to emulate the person. They are not able to match the qualities of that person. So you have to understand, though you may be in a Gurukul or an ashram, you cannot become the guru, you cannot become the master simply because you are incapable of handling your day-to-day affairs. You cannot go without food. You cannot stay in a very austere space and not think. Think, how does this work? A woman is given to thinking 100 things. This guru, this master, this spiritual person is not even thinking. Are you getting the point? No thoughts will come to him because he is very focused in devotion to God. But you give the wife everything that you feel like. There also she will find fault in it. So Devahuti, even after living like this, is going to now find faults in the way of life. So first and foremost, she is not able to manage her body. Her body becomes very, very frail and thin. She grew weak and emaciated due to her religious observances. If you are not able to follow religious principles, don't get into it. Many a times people come to me and they say to me, Guruji, I want you to do something for me. I want this to be done or that to be done. So I say, okay, if you are really keen, I will help you out in this. And many a times there are things which have to be sanctioned to a person which is not even supposed to come to them. But then what happens? The moment they get that thing, their mind comes into the picture. And when the mind comes into the picture, then they start thinking, oh, I should have had that. I was enjoying my life. I want to enjoy that life again. With no growth in their life. They want to be like his wife would rather be with her father. Are you getting the point? Enjoying those luxuries rather than being in an ashram where the person is suffering every single day. Spiritual suffering is different. Human beings cannot manage it. It is not easy. It is the toughest thing on planet Earth. And Kardama Muni observes his wife going through hell. He looks at her body. It has become very emaciated and thin. She's become sickly. And she is not able to handle anything. So he says to her, okay, I have to do something about it. So let us see what he says. So this is verse 6. Kardama Muni said, O respectful daughter of Swayambhu Manu, today I am very much pleased with you for your great devotion and most excellent loving service. Since this body is dear to embodied beings, I am astonished that you have neglected your own body to use it on my behalf. Kardama Muni continued, I have achieved the blessing of the Lord in discharging my own religious life of austerity, meditation, and the divine consciousness. Although you have not yet experienced these achievements, which are free from fear and lamentation, I shall now offer them all to you because you are engaged in my service. Now look at them. I am giving you the transcendental vision to see how nice they are. So here Kardama Muni says to her, he says that, I have been doing these austerities and becoming this, guru for a very, very long period of time. Thousands of years I have sat in meditation. I know, I have learnt everything. So he is a realized master. Kardama Muni is a realized master. He has complete achievements to talk about. The austerity, meditation and the divine consciousness, he is already in it. So he says, I am going to offer these things to you. I want to offer this spiritual will to you. Okay? But you will get a small glimpse of it in the beginning to understand what is it that looks like. In the world of spiritual, please remember one thing. There can be no possessions, there can be no lust, there can be no greed, there can be none of those shadripus. You have to live a life which is absolutely plain, pure and clean. It is to be lived like that. Only few, you can count them on your fingers, can live that kind of a pure life. Lost in the divine consciousness of the Lord. Not everybody is entitled to it. Human beings are weak people. They cannot even handle their own life. They get into their life's modes in such a manner that every thought of theirs disturbs them quite a lot. They are not able to handle their thoughts. They are not able to handle their life. A little bit of difficulty comes in their way, they get completely, disoriented. They wonder, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with this world? Why am I here? What is the need for it to be there? They start blaming the whole world. So Kardama Muni says to his wife, I am going to give you a small glimpse of how this life is. I am giving you the transcendental vision to see how nice they are. Kardama Muni continued. What is the use of enjoyment other than Lord's grace? All material achievements are subject to annihilated simply by the movement of the eyebrows of Lord Vishnu, the divine God. By your principles of devotion to your husband, you have achieved and can enjoy transcendental gifts very rarely obtained by persons proud of aristocracy and material possessions. You are here in this world. Every human being is here in this world to serve the purpose of God, to serve Lord's purpose. It is His grace which gives you everything. Human beings do not understand this. Human beings think that no, what I have lost, I want it back. It is very easy to get it back. But it is very difficult to continue on the path of spiritual. All material, whatever enjoyments that are there, all material achievements are subject to be annihilated simply by the movement of Lord Vishnu's eyebrows. It is not something very easy to grasp. Many a times there is a dialogue between me and Rajma over here. She says, people can talk whatever they feel like to me, to her. Why is it that they can't speak these words to you? The reason being, the power in what it is, this power is very strong. One wrong word uttered can reset the entire life. Let us say you are going on a journey and suddenly in frustration you can say the words, I hate this whole place, I don't like this place. And I don't want this kind of a thing, why should I do it? Can you understand? It can get annihilated like this, in a second, in a jiffy. The whole thing can be reset in an instant. A few days ago, I was telling someone that please wind up everything and be back. This person is not willing to listen to my words. Because the company where he is working is interested in making a very big organization of itself. So they had said that they are going to spend $500 billion on something quite different, I am not going to name it. And the company which they were working for was doing really well. Suddenly something happened. All the bankers who were banking on that project all went away. The company was left just holding the papers in hand. They don't know where to raise the money. They are already committed to the market. So because now they need to run the company, the company which they had taken over some time back, now they want to sell it at a loss. Was this visible to this person a month ago? No. It was not visible. Had I given him a heads up? Yes, I had given him a heads up that he needs to wind up his business and get back. But he is not willing to listen. Some people think that there is a very beautiful heaven somewhere over there. There is no heaven over there. The heaven doesn't exist over there. It is only their dream. And that really doesn't work. So in an instant, things can be completely wiped out. So all material achievements are subject to be annihilated simply by the movement of the eyebrows of Lord Vishnu. That is Sri Krishna himself. He may just raise his eyebrows a little bit and the whole world will come to an end. So, but because you are devoted to me, so the person is being told, because of your devotion, you will enjoy this gift for some time. And you will also feel that whatever you have lost, I will give it back to you, so that you can enjoy it for some time because of your devotion. Okay? Upon hearing the speaking of her husband, who has excelled in the knowledge of all kinds of transcendental sciences, innocent Devahuti was very satisfied, her smiling face shining with slightly bashful glances. She spoke in a choked voice because of great humility and love. Devahuti said, "My dear husband, O best of Brahmanas, I know that you have achieved perfection, are the master of all infallible mystic powers, because you are under the protection of Yogamaya, the transcendental nature. But you once made a promise that our bodily union should now fulfill, since children are a great quality of a chaste woman who has a glorious husband." So Devahuti is, after she hears her husband speak, and he is telling her that, see, I am giving you all these luxuries for some time, for you to understand that it is just a, just a dream. Just enjoy that dream for some time. It's not real. Because Yoga Maya is under his control. He is able to manipulate all those worlds. Now, when this is given, the lady is asking him something else. "Oh, don't you remember that you had told me that you are going to have children with me?" Yes. This master can live for thousands and thousands of years. And can offer whatever that is needed. But the human desire is such that they always want everything out of turn and they want it now. They want everything now, which cannot happen. Everything happens in its own sweet time. It is God's appointed time. Please remember these words. Everything happens in God's appointed time, not in your timing. Desires can come, but you please do not express them at all. Because any which way those desires are going to get fulfilled. There is a time and a place for everything. These happen after some time, but no. Because now everything is being given, why can I not get this also? So this is the way in which she talks to her husband. So you had said that you are going to give me children, isn't it? Can I not have that as well? Devahuti continued, "My dear Lord, I am struck by excited emotions for you. Therefore, kindly make what arrangements must be made according to the scriptures, so that my skinny body, emaciated through unsatisfied passion, may be rendered fit for you. Also, my Lord, please think of a suitable house for this purpose." The list of demands have started already. Can I have this? Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that? Can I have that? You understand what the list of demands are? See, if I am going to have a child, I need to have a child in my own house. I need to have a good body. I need to be having the same passion. Because of this passion, I have become so thin now. Every day I am thinking, today my husband will come and do something about it. But he is not doing it. Because he has become one sadhu. You understand what a sadhu is, no? And because of that, I am waiting in the waiting room. And look at my condition. I have become so thin. Now, if you are going to offer me something, can we not have children? Can we not have a good house? Can we not have this? Can we not have that? Yeah, I want to travel. I want to have a Rolls Royce also. I want to have a Rolls Royce of the skies also, so that I can fly to other spaces. And you can imagine this Guru, this great master, Kardama Muni, he is going to indulge his wife in every nonsensical whim and fancy of hers. When you do that, you have to leave God aside. You have to keep the God outside the door. And this is what happens. So now she is asking for a house. She is asking for, conjugal bliss, so that he can take her body, and she has to be well filled enough so that they can have a good, life. Maitreya continued. O Vidura, seeking to please his beloved wife, sage Kardama exercised his yogic power and instantly produced an aerial mansion that could travel at his will. So now he is going to fulfill the wife's wishes. Okay, so now you want a very big house. I will give you a celestial mansion which can travel whichever way it feels like. So it's like a, international space station maybe, or maybe it's a, Enterprise, USS Enterprise, or bigger than that. So I'm going to give you a very big spaceship in which there are going to be a lot of luxuries for you. It's a wonderful structure, bedecked with all sorts of jewels, adorned with pillars of precious stones, and capable of yielding whatever one desired. It is equipped with every form of furniture and wealth which tends to increase in the course of time. So don't worry, I'm giving you a house which is going to be like a castle. It will have pillars, beautiful pillars. These pillars will be studded with gemstones. Every luxury in the world will be there. All furnitures that you want are going to be in that house. Whatever furniture you want, whatever wealth that you want is all going to be there. It's going to be equipped, and it can give you all kinds of desires. Don't worry, you're going to have Netflix and Prime and everything else, all those things, all channels. And you can watch movies which are still not come. Mission Impossible 20 maybe. Don't worry. This is a kind of life. And Kardama Muni is fulfilling all these nonsensical dreams of hers. So the house is filled with stuff. I want to ask you this question. If you are going to have a toilet made of gold, what is the point of having a toilet made of gold? Can you please explain to me? The walls are fitted with, gemstones. What is the point of gemstones on the wall? Are you going to eat them? The gemstone is going to live for next 50,000 years. You are going to be dead very soon. In 50 years, you will be dead. What is the point of that gemstone? What is the point of that gold? What is the point of all these luxuries? And that is why in the previous verse, he says these words, The divine people are not interested in all these frivolous things which can just go like this in less than an instant. Everything will disappear. It is equipped with every form of furniture and wealth which tends to increase in the course of time. So if you have one partition, In 2 months, there will be 2 partitions, then 3 partitions, then 4 partitions. You understand what I'm saying, no? Okay. The furniture keeps on increasing. With the furniture, what all increases? The equipments in the kitchen will increase. Every time when a new equipment comes, oh, it is going to be there, don't worry. You will have 50,000 knives. You require one knife, but you will have 50,000 knives. What is the point? No, you got to have them. The lust and the greed in human beings is like this. They are not satisfied with one knife, they want so many knives. They are not satisfied with few vessels, they want so many vessels. They are not satisfied with, one person to handle their life, they want 100 people. Luxury. But as you know very well, these luxuries are useless. They are not going to give you anything in life. The castle was fully equipped with all necessary paraphernalia, and it was pleasing in all seasons. It is decorated all around with flags, festoons, artistic works of variegated colors. It is further embellished with wreaths of charming flowers that attracted sweet humming bees, with tapestries of linen, silk, and various other fabrics. How many times do you change your curtains in lifetime? Once or twice max, isn't it? Tapestries. Hardly anybody changes tapestries. You buy once in a while a tapestry in your life. How many times do you buy a sideboard or something like that? Once or twice. Yes, if you change your house, then you will have to buy a new one over there. But otherwise, is it required? No. Look at it. There are festoons and there are decorations. What happens to the decorations of the birthday, please? If you have decorated your entire house for the child's birthday, the next day what happens to those decorations? They have become useless, isn't it? You buy paintings. You go to the, bazaar, and, you go to all these galleries and you buy some nice painting. Oh, beautiful painting. And you take that painting and you put it. After that, what happens to the painting? Do you even remember that it is there? You don't even care for it. It is lying in some corner on some wall. All the kings and the queens of the past, have they not collected paintings and, thrones and this and that and saris and dresses and all that? Have they not collected? What is the use of all those things? Human beings are like this. They like to collect things for no rhyme or reason. So, and then there are flowers. We keep flowers everywhere in the room. Oh, this is decoration. This is a flower vase in which I have put 1,000 roses. All these things are there in households. Those roses could have been used for praying to God, isn't it? To Narayana himself. But no, they have to be meant for decoration so that people will come and say, wow, this house looks so beautiful. Those bees which were collecting the honey and the nectar from the flowers are going away just like that. Those flowers are used for a day or two only, or maybe for a week. After that, what happens? They all die, isn't it? But human beings love to spend money on these kind of things. So, the fabrics of different kind. The palace looks charming with beds, couches, fans and seats, all separately arranged in 7 stories. My God. USS Enterprise, 7 stories. Mr. Spock, where are you? His beauty was enhanced by artistic engravings here and there on the walls. The floor was emerald with coral daisies. Wow. The palace was very beautiful with its coral threshold at the entrance and its door bedecked with diamonds. Gold pinnacles covered its dome of sapphire. With the choicest rubies set in diamond walls, it appears as though possessed of eyes. It was furnished with wonderful canopies and great valuable gates of gold. I mean, imagine this kind of a palace, A Devahuti is going to have bodily relations with her husband in this palace. So they need gold and diamond and different gems and rubies and nice flooring material and all for what? For the 1 second or 10 seconds? Huh? Here and there in that palace were multitudes of live swans and pigeons, as well as artificial swans and pigeons so lifelike that the real swans rose above them again and again, thinking them live birds like themselves. Thus the palace vibrated with the sounds of these birds. The castle was pleasure grounds, resting chambers, bedrooms, and inner and outer yards, designed with an eye to comfort. All these caused astonishment to the sage himself. Kardama Muni is himself shocked with what he has created. He says, oh my goodness gracious, this is what I created? Rubies on the floor, daisies all over the place, walls made of gold and silver. There are so many beds. I need only one bed, but there are 1,000 beds over here. Huh? There are chandeliers. There are fans all over the place. Maybe not these kind of fans, but the other kind. And there are so many, naturally imagine, 7-story building will have how many rooms? I'm sure 7-story building will have at least 50 rooms or I don't know, something like that. If there is a 7-story building, how many rooms will it have? Quite a lot, isn't it? Each will have its own toilet. Sir, you require one toilet. But 50 rooms with 50 toilets, what are you going to do with them? Maybe your servants will use them. We are going to now introduce the servants. So far servants are not there. So now they are going to come. They will be dancing girls also. They will be singing boys also. Okay. When he saw Devahuti looking at the gigantic opulent palace with displeased heart, Kardama Muni could understand her feelings because he could study the heart of anyone. Thus he personally addressed his wife as follows. My dear Devahuti, you looked very much afraid. First bathe in the lake Bindu Sarovara created by Lord Vishnu himself, which can grant all desires of a human being, and then mount the airplane. Naturally, she was dressed in ragged clothes. You know that, no? Her hair was not in order. She has not done her makeup and all those things. And naturally, she is looking very ugly and all. So she is a little bit afraid to get, go to this place, this palace of her. See, if tomorrow if you get, called to White House, you can't go wearing, half pant and t-shirt and all, no? Correct? You have to dress nicely and go. You have to take a bath also. You have to smell nice. Okay, all these things do matter over there. You are going to Buckingham Palace, you can't go and meet the king over there in ugly clothes. Huh? You have to do curtsies like that. So all these things do matter. So naturally, she's feeling very small. How can I do that? How can I do that? I don't want to do that. So her husband offers her a solution. He says, there is a lake over here. Okay, this is a magical lake. You go inside the lake and take a bath. You will become a beautiful woman and come out. How many women would like to do that? I think everybody wants to do that, isn't it? A lake which is going to fulfill your wishes. So he says, this is called Bindu Sarovar, where Lord Vishnu himself has made it. So you take a bath in that and then you come out. The lotus-eyed Devahuti accepted the order of her husband because of her dirty dress and the locks of matted hair on her head. She did not look very attractive. Her body was coated with thick layers of dirt and her breasts were discolored. She dove, however, into the lake, which contained the sacred waters of the Saraswati. Naturally, she is an emaciated person. Her body has gone to shreds, not looking nice. Her heads are all tangled because she has never put, combed her hair also. She has not eaten for a long time, so she is skin and bones. And now she is going and taking a dip in this Sarovar. And this water is Saraswati river's water. In a house inside the lake, She saw 1,000 girls, all of them prime of youth and fragrant like lotuses. Seeing her, the damsel suddenly rose and said with folded hands, "We are your maidservants. Tell us what we can do for you." This is a spa. A spa treatment is going to be given. There are 1,000 ladies over there who are going to give her a massage, a foot massage, pedicure, manicure, everything. So Devahuti is going to get a treatment of her lifetime. And then she is going to come out as a beautiful lady. The girls, being very respectful to Devahuti, brought her forth, and after bathing her with the valuable oils and ointments, they gave her fine new spotless cloth to cover her body, and then decorated her with excellent and valuable jewels, which shone brightly. Next, they offered her food containing all good qualities and a sweet enervating drink called as aswam. So here, the girls who are there, they are her servants, basically the staff from that spa. So yeah, they are offering her very beautiful clothes. When she is going to wear them, she is going to look like a princess. And then they are offering very good food and drinks and everything over there. Then in a mirror, she beheld her own reflection. Her body was completely freed from all dirt, and she was adorned with a garland, dressed in unsullied robes, and decorated with auspicious marks of tilaka. She was served with very respectfully by the maids. So they did her makeup, they put on her good clothes, they polished her nails. Everything was done in a very good condition. Like she has to be ready for the show. Like a bridegroom, or should I say bride, sorry. For the bridegroom. So she has to be ready. She has to look very beautiful. Not like the Oscar ceremonies or the Grammys, okay? They hardly wear anything over there. No, she has to wear some beautiful clothes. Her entire body, including her head, was completely bathed, and she decorated all over with ornaments. She wore a special necklace and a locket that were bangles on her wrist and tinkling anklets of gold around her ankles. About her hips, she wore a girdle of gold set with numerous jewels, and she was further adorned with precious pearl necklaces and auspicious substances. Her countenance shone with beautiful teeth and charming eyebrows. Her eyes, distinguished by lovely moist corners, defeated the beauty of lotus buds. Her face was surrounded by dark curling tresses. So when she took the bath in these waters and she came out, she was given beautiful clothes, and she was made look like a swan, a beautiful swan. She has become the most beautiful woman in the whole world. She was wearing all kinds of gold ornaments and silver and this and that and God knows, all kinds of things. Earrings and, necklaces and whatnot. So she looked like a queen. And her countenance shone, and beautiful teeth and charming eyebrows. And she looked distinguished by lovely moist corners and defeated the beauty of lotus buds. Her eyes were very beautiful now. Her face was surrounded by dark curling tresses. Her hair was very nicely done also. Remember, when she went inside the lake, she had dreadnoughts maybe, and now she is coming out and she has some golden hair maybe, When she thought of her great husband, the best of the sages, Kardama Muni, who was very dear to her, she, along with all the maidservants, at once appeared where he was. She was amazed to find herself surrounded by 1,000 maids in the presence of her husband and to witness his yogic power. All this is illusion created by the great Muni, Kardama Muni. So she has started looking very beautiful, and around him, where he was standing, there were so many maids in attendance, and they were taking care of the palace over there. Remember, that's a palace that she is supposed to go to. So the sage could see that Devahuti had washed herself clean and was shining forth as through a mirror from his former wife. She had regained her own original beauty, and as a daughter of a prince, dressed in excellent robes, her charming breast duly girded, She was waited upon by 1,000 Gandharva girls. O destroyer of the enemy, her fondness for her grew, and he placed her on the aerial mansion. Now, here you are understanding that she has gone in front of her husband. Her husband is looking at her. Naturally, she is looking like a goddess standing in front of him with clothes, beautiful clothes being worn and all kinds of things over there. And naturally, she was looking at it in such a manner that Kardama Muni himself couldn't even believe his own eyes. And that is something which happened. He saw her in such a beautiful way. And naturally, after this, he was taking her to his mansion. So we have come to the end of verse 37 and we will stop over here for today.
Recording stop.